Guys, it's your girl Louisa. I'm back, and today we are talking about going on a Virgin Voyages Africa cruise. I'm going to talk about what it is like to go on a cruise through Africa, the pros, the cons, the good, the bad, all of that stuff. I went on a transatlantic cruise. It was about 3 weeks on Virgin Voyages from Cape Town to Barcelona. And let's just say a time was had. So stay tuned. We're going to talk about it. Okay, so transatlantic cruise is any cruise where you have to cross the Atlantic Ocean. And usually when people talk about transatlantic cruises, especially here on YouTube, it is from North America to Europe or vice versa. But we got to experience it from Africa to Europe. So Cape Town, South Africa to Barcelona. My cruise started off in Cape Town, and then the next stop was Namibia, Walvis Bay. And then after that, we were supposed to go to Cape Verde, but that stop got canceled. So we had about 7 days, 7 sea days, like not seeing any land at all. And then after that, we went to Santa Cruz de Tenerife, which is in the Canary Islands. We went to Casablanca, Morocco, and the cruise ended in Barcelona, Spain. So let's talk about the booking and the preparation for the transatlantic cruise. So my cruise was a bit unique because I was not originally supposed to be on this cruise. I was supposed to be on the Mermaiding of Brilliant Lady, which is a new ship by Virgin Voyages. And by the way, Brilliant Lady is coming out, and I eventually go on that Mermaiding, but it ended up not happening. We're supposed to go from San Juan, Puerto Rico to a few Caribbean islands, and Brilliant Lady was not ready. So Virgin Voyages nicely sent an email and gave me credit, right? And said I can basically book any cruise in the world. So of course I went on their website and I was like, what's the most expensive cruise? Yeah, they were not going to charge me extra money. So I was like, let me do the most expensive cruise. And the most expensive cruise was a cruise from Dubai. Oh my gosh. Actually, it was going to leave from Singapore to Dubai. So you go to Singapore, you go to India, you go to Sri Lanka. Like, it was going to be an amazing, amazing cruise through Asia. And then the current, situation that's going on in the world, unfortunately, happened and is still happening. And so that was canceled because of the risk associated with crossing that area. And that is how we got another email. And this time they didn't say you could book any cruise. They said that we had a couple of options, and one of the options was this transatlantic cruise from Cape Town, South Africa to Barcelona, Spain. And I said, okay, we'll go on that one. I would give the pre-departure booking process, I give it a 5 out of 5. Honestly, I give it a 5 out of 5 because, yes, there were a lot of issues and a lot of changes. However, I got to go on an amazing, transatlantic 3-week cruise that for about $2,000, that was the original price I paid for Brilliant Lady. And that is unheard of. It is unheard of. So I give it a 5 out of 5. I cannot. And what's happening in the world is so much more important than me not going to Dubai or Singapore and all of that. I was fine with all the changes. So personally, it's a 5 out of 5 for me. Second part was pre-departure information. So information from Virgin Voyages on what I needed. As an American citizen, when you sign up on the app, it tells you what you need as far as if you need any visas and stuff like that. We did not need any visas. If we had originally done the itinerary that was through Singapore to Dubai, then there were going to be some countries where we needed a visa, like India. And I heard from folks who had sailed a route that went through India before that process was a bit confusing, but we did not need any visas on ours. Now, did they communicate it? I feel like they could have communicated it better, sent an email or something, being very clear, you don't need a visa, because I was a bit nervous, I was having to do research. and stuff like that. And not everyone like goes on the app immediately as they book. So that was a bit like, I feel like they could have done better there with the communication, but because we didn't need any, I guess it was fine. But I'll still give it a 4 out of 5 because I feel like that's like a really important thing. Like, even if you didn't need a visa, they should just be like, you don't need one. Let's talk about packing. Okay, so for me, again, it was really unique. Oh my gosh, everything about this trip was unique. But my dad passed away in January, so I had to go to Nigeria first. So I was packing for that, for the funeral, and then also had to keep in mind packing for the cruise. So it was a very unique packing situation for myself. Now, what I would say is that I did not expect that most of the route, or a good portion of the route, it was going to be cold. Once we got to West Africa, it was fine. Like, it was warm, but like when we're in Cape Town, when we're in Namibia, sometimes when we're in the ocean, like we were very cold, like even like in the cruise ship itself. So I'm happy that I packed like, like some warm like sweaters and things like that. But I don't know if that's something that the average person will know. So I would say, like, if you're going on a transatlantic cruise, just keep in mind that you may experience like many different weathers, because it's like a vast sea, right? And you're hitting many different areas of the world. And so you kind of have to pack for rain. You have to pack for, being a little bit chilly or cold, being super warm, bathing suits. Like, you kind of have to pack for it all. Even like wearing hiking things, because like in Namibia, we would have to go up the sand dunes and stuff like that. So like packing for stuff like that. What I would say is that Virgin Voyages, I am a Deep Blue Extra, which means I have status with Virgin Voyages. So I get a bag of laundry done for free. And I kind of wish I had remembered that. I don't think it would have changed too much, but I may have been a bit more thoughtful about my packing, because knowing that I could do laundry, I probably wouldn't have had to pack as much as I ended up packing. All right, so let us talk about embarkation days. So I actually arrived in Cape Town a few days before we had to leave. Stayed in an Airbnb. I arrived on my birthday and just like experienced Cape Town, and that was amazing. I'm so grateful that I did that. However, on embarkation day, we woke up and it was like super, super, super foggy. So I get to the cruise port and it was like, yeah, the cruise ship was not there. The cruise ship was not there. And I was kind of freaking out a little bit about it. Thankfully, I'm in Facebook groups. So there was people who were already on the ship because they were coming from Australia. That explains that because of the fog, we probably wouldn't be berthing for a while. So I kind of understood that. The good thing was they allowed us to drop off our luggage, and then I went to the mall, just like ate, hung around, all of that until it was time to board. Now, unfortunately, because of the fog, we didn't end up leaving that day. We ended up leaving the second day, which was actually, I enjoyed that, because then I could actually go to Tabletop Mountain, because I hadn't gotten a chance to actually do that, and I was able to go with Virgin Voyages. So I had about $600. No, $1,200 in Sailor Lose. Sailor Lose is like their onboard credit. So I was able to use that money to pay for my tabletop. It was a cable car ride mountain tour, which was nice, because like, yeah, it was like kind of going on a free tour. So I did appreciate the extra day. Check-in process. Also, like when I went to check in, like a weird thing happened. So I walk into the terminal and I'm like, hey, where is the line for Deep Blue Extra? And they seemed very confused. And I was like, there's another woman and her friend, and they're like, we're VIP. And the the folks at the port were just like looking at us really confused, or like questioning. I don't know. They just were not like as responsive as I would be. Like, it was almost like they were not or maybe we're questioning the fact that we were VIP. Also, like everyone had to get off, I think, and then recheck back in. That was like an interesting thing about Cape Town. And so it was so many people, and then people were confused. And I don't think that like the Cape Town port, like they dealt with such crowds before, or maybe they have, I don't know, but they just seemed, it just was not organized. But yeah, once I got on board, it was pretty much like any ship. We were on the Resilient Lady. I haven't been on that ship before. I think that ship was a year old at the time. And I've been on Scarlet Lady a lot, but like if you've been on any Virgin Voyage ship, they're all pretty much similar with like very little changes. But in general, it was nice. It was very clean. It was very virgin. It was fun. Just everything was just like modern and just I'm used to Virgin, so it was basically what I expected from Virgin. The thing that I would say was less people, so it wasn't as many people as I've experienced on previous Virgin Voyages cruise ship, and also the age group. The folks on the ship were much older, like I would say like 50, 60 plus. And honestly, that was fine with me because I actually like being around older people, like more mature people, you know, like sometimes when I'm with like young people and people are turned up, it's just not my vibe. So I did not mind that at all. Right then, so then we went straight to our room. I was in a sea terrace. I would say like if I could do it all over again, I would have gotten like an extra large sea terrace. Honestly, it was fine, but like being like 3 weeks, I would maybe have done like the extra large because I'd have a bigger bathroom and all of that. But in general, when we checked in, the room was like, it was clean, it was modern, everything was working great. Like I literally had no issues. It felt like new. Like no issues at all with my room. The room attendant didn't come to say hi. That was a little strange. Not strange, like I'm just used to the room attendants like coming to say hi at the first day or as soon as but it was fine. Like it was honestly so fine. It's like it was really good and I love my hammock. That's one thing I love about Virgin. I love the hammocks. Now going back to the cold, I thought I would use the hammock a lot more than I did, but I didn't as much because it would get cold and I'd just like go back in the room. But in general, it was nice to have a sea terrace, especially having so many sea days. Like some days I just wanted to just like go out to the sea terrace, get a bit of fresh air. The bed, let's talk about bed. So the bed was okay. Like I wasn't like uncomfortable or anything. And it wasn't like the best bed I've ever slept in. Like Disney Cruises bed is amazing, but like it was fine. I liked it. So yeah. So in general, I would give like the accommodations, the ambience, all of that. I would also give that a 4 out of 5. Okay, so dining experience. So one thing about Virgin is that Virgin has a lot of Michelin style restaurants. And so if you're used to like a traditional cruise ship, it's not like that. It's like going to restaurants like you would see in like any major city like New York, LA, Miami. There is Pink Agave, which is like a Mexican. There's Extra Virgin, which is Italian. There's The Wake, which is steak. Like that is the vibe of Virgin. There's Test Kitchen. I have never done Test Kitchen. I've been on Virgin Voyages for like 3 times, so I don't really want to, so it's fine. The pizza place. So in general, I'll say like the food was really good. The first day though, like my favorite restaurant is Extra Virgin. And like the first day, the food wasn't hitting. But I don't know if it's because I was coming from Cape Town. I just had like amazing food in Cape Town. And so I was just like cruise food compared to like port food, like, you know, like actual food of the location. Like it's night and day, right? Like no matter how good the cruise food is, it's not going to be as good as the food that you can get on land. Like Virgin Voyages food is good, but food in Cape Town is amazing. So I think that's why. But in general, over time, like the food got better or my taste buds just got used to it. But in general, Virgin Voyages food is really, really good. So you're talking about really good and really good, right? When it comes to service, I would say like the service was actually really good. There were a lot of really nice people. Like everyone of the Virgin Voyages team was like super sweet and super nice. I was nice. I actually made some friends. Like in general, I would give the dining experience a 5 out of 5 because like it was really good. And it wasn't, oh, the other thing was like, we really didn't need reservations because there weren't a lot of people. Like the cruise was maybe like 40, 50% full. And so, like, you just go down anytime you want to have dinner. I would also have dinner at like the buffet place called the Galley, and sometimes I would eat there. I'd have breakfast there, I have lunch there sometimes. But for like breakfast, I really preferred the Galley for lunch because that was easier. There were a lot of nights I would be so tired, like because I did work while I was on the cruise. I do work from home, so I worked while I was on the cruise. So that got tough, but in the evening, sometimes I'll be too tired to go to restaurants. But like towards the end, I started pushing myself to go to restaurants because I'm like, that is the point of Virgin Voyages, to go to these Michelin style restaurants. So I would push myself. All right, let's talk about activities. Okay, so I really enjoy the morning workout activities on Virgin. Like, I think that their fitness classes are so amazing. I really enjoyed the 90s dance class, and I enjoyed bungee workouts. It's like bungee jumping. You have these like bungee cords and then you work out. That was my favorite. And then I also did some stretch classes. Like, I really used this cruise. It was like almost like a mini boot camp for me, where I got to like work on my core, my abs, and I could still run because there's like a running track at the top. And if you've been following me, you'll know that fitness has been something that I've been taking very serious. And I was very worried about being on a cruise for 3 weeks, eating not so great and not being able to work out. But honestly, from the workout piece, I felt like I actually had definition in my abs when I was there because I was doing a lot of core workout. So, which is like, I don't know if there's any other cruise ship that you can say that you actually got fitter. So that was really nice about Virgin. There were lots of options also for like healthy food, healthy drinks, things like that. So I really, really love that about Virgin. As far as like nighttime entertainment, I didn't really do much because like a lot of it wasn't my style. Like there are a few things here and there, like some of their guest artists was really good. I think I went and I saw the drag queen once and she was really good. But aside from that, I don't remember anything like fantastic. At least maybe I just didn't do it. Probably. I think from an entertainment perspective, I'm more of like a Disney girl, so I like Disney. But like at night, I would be so tired because I would wake up early, I'd work out, I'd work, and I just wanted to chill, watch TV, be on the internet, and just like sleep. So yeah, it was fine for me. But if you're really looking for like entertainment, I don't know. I really don't know. So maybe I'll just give that a 3 because I don't know. Actually, I'll give it a 4 because the fitness was amazing. Yeah. They did have Scarlet Night, so maybe I'll take it back to a 3 because the Scarlet Night, it wasn't as fun as other Scarlet Nights that I've been to. I did like that they had this like photo booth thing that you could do, so that was fun. I didn't go to pajama parties, I can tell you how that went, but I feel like other Scarlet Nights, like people would just have fun, go out, like it would just be like lit, because also the crowd would be younger in other cruises, but this one it wasn't. It was so I would give it a 3. Even though I love the workout classes, I give it a 3 because I feel like most people go on cruises for entertainment, and I do think that you wouldn't like have a great experience, in my opinion. I would say a bad experience, but like it could have been a better experience. All right, let's talk about amenities and services. Okay, so when it comes to amenities and services, I think that it was fine. Like, I didn't go to the spa when I was there, so I can't tell you much about it. But the gym, I went a couple of times and it was really good. There was a time when they were out of like the sanitizing towels, which was very annoying. So I did message the app. And as soon as I called it out, they brought more. But in general, it was fine. It was clean. Like, there was a lot of like equipment, if you wanted to go on the treadmill and stuff like that. And then like also mentioned like they have the little running path at the top. So like in general, I felt like the amenities were great. Pool, the Virgin Voyages pool is small, like it's just like any, and Resiliently is just like any Virgin Voyages ship. I did not go in the pool because it felt like human soup. Like there were always a lot of people in the pool and it was really small and I was just like, no. But I did go in the hot tub. Like I would go in the hot tub. I went once or twice, but I did it like super early. I don't know. I just have a thing about when people are already in water and I don't want to go after. Like it's a big area, big pool. I'll do it. Like this small, I'm like, I don't know. So I did go in the hot tub a couple times, like once or twice, and it was like early in the morning and it was fine. It was clean. Like it was great. It was great. It just wasn't as hot as I wanted it to be, but like that's just me. Like I want everything to be hot, y'all. The shops and the boutiques were nice too. They had like a vintage store, like vintage bags, and I felt like it was very expensive for what it was. But then they also had like other things. I think I got a Marc Jacob bag, and I got sunscreen once, and then I got like oh yeah, I got like skincare stuff like when I would run out. So like that was good from the spa. I got this like really nice Elemis Elemis facial spray that I actually loved. I used it to last drop. And some like face masks and stuff like that. So I felt like for the essentials and for like skincare it was great. The like clothing and stuff like that. Oh, they had the sale. They had the sale where they were giving like everything was like $8, $10, $12 max. And it was like caftans, it was hats, it was a lot of different things. Like I found a lot of like good like niche like summery things. I bought a lot, and I was able to use my onboard credit. So honestly, the shopping was great. I would give that a 5 out of 5. All right, let's talk about the excursion and the port. Cape Town, South Africa. It is the most stunning, the most beautiful place I have ever been. I mean, gorgeous. The landscape, the houses, the beaches, the food. Oh, take me back. Okay, so I got there about like 2 to 3 days before the cruise. I stayed in Sea Point in an Airbnb and it was perfect. And I got to visit a lot of places, of course, around Sea Point. I met up with a friend. I actually have a friend in Cape Town. I need to reach out to her. And checking on how she is doing. But I ended up meeting up with one of my friends who we had been roommates when I lived in Nigeria, funnily enough. So we hung out. I went to Hoots Bay. I went to Boulder Beach to see the penguins. I had such an experience visiting Cape Town. In general, the country was just so beautiful. I felt safe. Virgin Voyages tour specifically was really good. So in the morning, we took a bus to Tabletop Mountain, and then we rode a cable car and went all the way to Tabletop Mountain. And then our tour guide gave us about like maybe like 3 hours or so to just walk around, take pictures, all of that great stuff. And then after that, we met back, and then we went back down, got back on the bus, and went back to the cruise ship. So yeah, that was really my experience in Cape Town. Like 10 out of 10. The next port was Namibia. Oh my god, I've been wanting to go to Namibia for the longest time. I was really excited about this port. So same thing, we had a Virgin Voyages tour, so we met with our tour bus. It was really interesting because in Namibia they did have a process, because they did have people from customs there that stamped our passport. They actually came onto the cruise ship first, and then we were allowed to go. And so when we went out, we met up with our tour guide, got on the bus, and first we went to see the pink flamingos, and that was so fun seeing them. Like I was taking lots of pictures, like it was so cute. And then we went to this German town called Swakopmund. That was also really interesting to see like the German architecture. We went to this museum where they showed us like the history of how the Germans ended up finding the town and what they unfortunately did to the natives. But yeah, I learned a lot there. I had the best prawns in this place called Ocean Cellar. Like I had seen it on social media and TikTok, so I was excited to try it, and it was really, really good. And I took pictures. Like I met these guys who are like photographers, so we took pictures and then explored Swakopmund. We went to this gallery as well, and then we went back to and then we went to the sand dunes, like the desert. That was so fun. That was so fun. Like I've been to the desert in Dubai, but the desert in Namibia is so beautiful. Namibia is a place that I want to come back to and explore, because I also want to go to Dead Fleet and like other areas that I've seen. Those areas were way too far. But yeah, that was a fun port. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Unfortunately, because we were delayed because of the fog, we did miss Cape Verde, but we got to go to Santa Cruz de Tenerife in the Canary Islands. So it's actually really interesting, the geography, because like you're in West Africa. This is after we had crossed the equator, all of that. So you're in West Africa, but then you end up in Spain, before you go to Morocco, I don't get it. But anyway, went to Santa Cruz de Tenerife, and this one, we did like a beach tour. So it was like you take a bus and go to the beach, and I felt like it was okay. It was called Bamboo Beach. We got there, it was super early. Like when you got there in the morning, like it was kind of weird going to the beach at 10 a.m. Like it was still very cold in my opinion, like it wasn't warm and like nothing was open. So we got there and then we just sat there for a while, and then later on it started to get warmer, like around 12 o'clock. We had lunch, we had coffee, I think we had food. No, we had like a drink, like you could get a drink. Ended up ordering something, which it was fine, it was okay. I got this like salmon salad thing for breakfast, and then the beach was really nice. Like I was just happy to be online, I'm not gonna lie. Like the beach was okay, like it was cool seeing the scenery. Like for that one, I kind of wish I had done a different tour. I wish I had done like something where you explored the city, because other people really had a great experience exploring the city. I thought that would be good. I wanted something on the beach, like it was gonna be like 3 weeks of cruise. I'm like, I'll go to the beach. So that was like the only one that I saw that there was a beach tour. But I feel like that was like a 6.5. Like that has nothing to do with Santa Cruz de Tenerife. Like I'm gonna go back, I want to see it and try something different, but like specifically that tour, I wouldn't do that again. And then we went to Casablanca, Morocco. That was a great one. We went to the Hassan II Mosque. Oh my gosh, guys, it was beautiful. The architecture, it was huge. There were a lot of people coming to see it. I took lots of pictures and lots of videos. Like just, it was really, really cool. And just like, my family is half Muslim, so I'm being Nigerian, like I'm just used to like Christian and Muslim people. So the tour guide was like teaching us about Muslim traditions and a lot of things I already knew, but it was very interesting to at least see the Moroccan way. And then we had lunch, like we had cookies and like juice by the seaside at a restaurant. And then after that we went to, I can't remember the name of the museum. Anyway, I'll put it below. But yeah, I got to like see a lot of artwork. I got some prints from there, so that was fun. There was some like very weird artwork in that museum that was actually very interesting to see. I learned a lot, and it was kind of sad because like it's technically Africa, like North Africa, but it is technically Africa. To see some of the artwork, I think one was like by Palm Olive. It was interesting. But in general, and then we went to the market. Oh my god, I bought kaftans. Yes, I bought kaftans in the market, and that was fun. I got to like try on some, and I got like 2 that I really love and I can't wait to wear. And yeah, I really loved Casablanca, and I'm going back on another cruise, and I'm gonna go to Casablanca again, but this time I'm going to try to see if I can go to Marrakesh, because there's a train that goes to Marrakesh, but also like Virgin Voyages also goes to Marrakesh. So I may do that. We didn't have that option this time. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun exploring Casablanca. I would give it a 9 out of 10. And 9 because like I felt like we were a bit rushed. Like people were trying to get back to bus. And I was just like, why? We still had like, I think we got back like 2 o'clock or like 3, but we still had like 2 or 3 hours left. I felt like we could have definitely explored the market a little bit more. But yeah, and then of course the last port was Barcelona, which was just where we got off. And I am going to do a whole like Barcelona video, like, yeah, it deserves its own video. But in general, Barcelona was a 10 out of 10. Disembarking was good. It was smooth. It was easy. I would give the ports like a 9 out of 10. And it's only a 9 out of 10 because we missed Cape Verde, and I was really looking forward to Cape Verde. And also because I hated the fact that, I don't hate, but like I would have loved less sea days and more ports. Just like if we had more, would have gotten a 10 out of 10, but in general, the ones that we had were chef's kiss. Overall, the cruise, I mean, for me, I felt like I got my money's worth. Like I only spent $2,000, but I do want to say like for most people, a cruise like this, it's gonna cost you anywhere from like 7,000 to 10 to maybe even $15,000, depending on the cruise line, the cabin, all that stuff. So for what I spent, I felt like I really got my money's worth. Would I spend $7,000 on this cruise? I don't know. Like, not having as many ports and having so many sea days, maybe like five. Like maybe like five. Definitely not 10. But like people who did pay full price for this, I think they paid about 9,000. I don't know if they comped them in any way, because originally it was supposed to go from Singapore to Dubai. But if I paid 9,000, I don't know. I don't know if it was worth 9,000. It's not because of Virgin or the cruise itself. It was just, yeah, I'm not getting it. The thing about Virgin Voyages is everything is included. So your food, like regular drinks, like if you want juices, soda, things like that. If you want alcoholic drinks, most people have a bar tab. And I'll do a video about how to get bar tab, how to get onboard credit and things like that. But like your basic things are, I mean, more than your basic things, even your tips are included. Like it's all included. I did not have to pay a single dime extra. Like I left, I think I had like $5 left, and then I got me like a Kenny Forts kind of drink, and then I was zero balance. Like, yeah, your girl made out good. Like as affordability and just like being able to have that such a like life-changing experience and not spend a lot, I'm super grateful. Overall, would I recommend a transatlantic cruise with Virgin Voyages? Yes. Big yes. I think Virgin Voyages is a great way to go on a transatlantic cruise. The biggest part for me is like, for me, one of the reasons why I've been nervous about a transatlantic cruise is, one, being able to stay healthy. I'm like, oh my God, being on a cruise, eating essentially junk for like 3 weeks. But like having the workout classes, like I said, was so helpful. Like my abs were tighter while I was on the cruise. Most important, Wi-Fi. Okay, so I work remotely, and I was working throughout the cruise because I had the funeral. I had a lot of things. I did not want to take 3 weeks off. So on the port days, I would take those days off. But like, because we're at sea most of the days, I'm like, I can just work, which I did. And Virgin Voyages uses Starlink, and Starlink was amazing. Like, I could work no glitches. Like I could join Zoom calls, I could join Google Meets, access all my files, my folders, even like casually, like if I wanted to watch like movies and stuff on Netflix, Disney Plus, like all of that without a hiccup. There were like just a few times when like maybe like my Zoom would be lagging or my Google Meets, but like not anything that is like that different from online. Because like even at home sometimes like I'll have issues with my internet. Like we've all had issues with our internet, so it wasn't anything like very chaotic, if I would say so. Definitely better than when I was on like in Nigeria, because in Nigeria I could not, like I was struggling with the Zoom calls. It was like hit or miss. But definitely on the cruise it was fine. So if you do work remotely and you're thinking of going on a transatlantic cruise, I want to know if you can work from a transatlantic cruise. You can work from a transatlantic cruise. Okay, so that was a big one for me. And just in general, like it was good vibes. Like for my lifestyle, for the things that I like to do, I was able to do all those things, have great experiences. And like it felt like being like in a little dorm. Like, you know, I had my little routine. I'd wake up, get coffee, and I'd go work out or go running, and then I'd come and then I'd sit and relax a little bit before I open up my computer and got to work. And then I'd work and grab lunch, and after lunch I'd go back to work. In the evening I would chill, have pizza, rest, watch a movie, chill in the hammock, go to sleep, and repeat and repeat. Take me back, y'all. Anyway, y'all, that is my review of the Virgin Voyages transatlantic cruise from Cape Town to Barcelona. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, let me know. Definitely hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll be back with more travel tips. Bye.